You know, a lot of people seem confused about how to suggest a video for the Drunken Peasants podcast. A lot of people try to tweet them to us. A lot of people send them to Drunken Peasants email box. I'm sorry, but all of that is just wrong, okay? The only place that we look at videos and consider them for the show is if you send them as a private message on the Drunken Peasants Facebook page. And not only should you send us your links there, you should clearly label what they are. Like, here's a news story I think you guys should talk about. Here's a crazy video on YouTube. Here's someone for troll or not a troll. Here's something for a stupid ad segment. Here is me asking you guys a question. And that's where it belongs, in our Facebook inbox, clearly labeled. Because other than that, we ain't gonna pay attention to it. And you've just wasted your time. Sorry to say. Hey guys, if you enjoy the Drunken Peasants podcast, be sure to go to audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get your free audio book. They have books like The God Delusion or Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Also, 150,000 other titles to choose from. So be sure to check that out. It supports the show and you get a free audio book in the process. So what the fuck do you have to lose? Tacos. Do you shop on Amazon.com? Of fucking course you do. You're a human being like anyone else, and you live in the 21st fucking century. So yeah, you're shopping on Amazon.com. But here's a question you need to ask yourself. Why aren't the Drunken Peasants getting a fucking share of that money that I spend on Amazon? Well, we could be. All you have to do is use the Amazon affiliate links provided below in every episode of the Drunken Peasants. Well, at least all the recent ones and all the upcoming ones. Check it out. If you're going to be buying something on Amazon anyway, why not support one of your favorite podcasts? In fact, your favorite podcast overall, let's be honest. Why not support your favorite podcast in the process? If you're going to buy something on Amazon, use the Drunken Peasants Amazon affiliate links so that we can get some of your money. Not just Amazon.
The Drunken Peasants podcast is satirical in nature, and while we do occasionally delve into serious issues and discussions, our primary purpose is to entertain and amuse. In other words, don't take this shit too seriously.
From the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck you talking about, atheist? It's okay.
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be liked.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome, everyone, to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, where we DP the fuck out of the news. Welcome, everyone, to Monday's show. We've got a great show planned for everyone. Don't we, TJ? You look so enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
She's a fucking cretinous piece of shit.
Show your man tits, TJ.
All right. Man tits, man tits, man tits.
Fucking thing sucks.
I don't know if that gets me a cheap pop or cheap heat, but either way, I feel cheap.
I think with a certain demographic, one and then the other with another.
So that works. I'm like Cena.
So we just want to start off the show by letting everyone know that there will not be a Wednesday show. Okay, so just throwing that out there now so you all know.
And don't cry about it.
Right. We're letting you know way ahead of time. No show.
The reason is because we have a bunch of shit to do before we take our trip, and some of that stuff includes taking care of all the perks for our patrons. If you aren't already a patron, sorry, you're not going to be eligible for the perks this month, but if you want to be down with it next month, just as we're getting back anytime this month, just go to patreon.com
Let's see here. All right. Or actually, no, it's not there yet. Okay, here we are.
We're back.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
While we were down,
blame Canada, of course.
While we were down, Ben went down on me. True fact.
Yeah, and he lasted that.
Yep.
Yeah,
that quick.
Yeah.
That's all he does. That's all she does.
Goddamn, Ben. After
am I that good?
One and done, Ben. One and done.
After multiple years of being cock teased by Ben, of course it's quick. You know. He's always wearing them skimpy little outfits around me.
Oh,
I do. I like the French maid.
Those skimpy
outfit.
masks.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben, the mask looks good on you.
It is skimpy if all I'm wearing is the mask.
Yeah, I think that's true.
That's true. That's how he usually shows up at our house.
That's why I'm not on camera right now.
Yeah, Ben's naked.
Yeah.
Ben's butt ass sitting here on his couch.
TJ wishes he could be naked.
With crumbs.
That's TJ's only desire in life is to be
clinging to
naked.
his ass cheeks. Some of the crackers that he ate the night before.
I thought it was Cheetos.
They might be Cheeto crumbs. They don't look orange though.
Not like orange.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, as we were saying, we appreciate everyone's patronage, and we'll make sure that you get all the content that you're entitled to for being a patron.
Yep.
This month, and also,
or we execute TJ.
You know, even though we won't be doing shows for 3 weeks, we're gonna try to push out content while we're on the road to make sure that there's still stuff going up on this channel. So
it must be videos of TJ playing the harp.
What I want to get is a video of TJ going to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh yeah, do we have to film that?
I thought you were gonna say TJ going to the bathroom, and I'm like, why is he into that all of a sudden?
No. I'm
Ben, you've changed.
Well, you may go to the bathroom going to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I'm gonna piss off of it onto the citizens of France.
I think you'll piss your pants.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would probably make like international news.
So I could be famous.
You'd probably get a lot more subscribers. You should do it, dude. Even though you'll be arrested.
Man arrested pissing off Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, you would be arrested for sure, but you have to admire your spunk.
There's so many people up there that he probably wouldn't get away with it for very long. You know,
who'd really want to grab him? Because if he's pissing, they'd probably be like, "Oh shit, I want to grab that guy. Let him finish, then we'll grab him."
I'm pretty sure there's police or security
I'll
around
just act
there
crazy.
too. So
that's the way to get out of shit. Just
yeah,
crazy.
or that's the way to get shot.
Well, probably not in France.
The cops carry like machine guns and shit.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm not Muslim.
Oh God.
Oh, TJ. Oh, TJ. Who else but TJ?
That's the fucking group in France that is treated that way, right?
No, not really.
We're shocked.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. I don't hear about police shooting Muslims in France a lot. So no. You don't hear about police shooting people a lot, but I mean, if you're pissing off the Eiffel Tower and they go stop and you act like a fucking lunatic, then I don't know. I can't guarantee you wouldn't get shot, but who knows?
I don't think I'll get shot. I think I'll be fine.
Anyway, I think you'll be so petrified with fear that all the bullshit you're talking now won't even matter.
He probably won't piss off the Avatar. He'll probably shit his pants,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that fucking elevator, man. It goes, well, I mean, relatively
so
fast.
slow, man.
Yeah.
And you see the ground getting farther and farther away. You feel your palms. You start to sweat.
TJ is noticeably nervous. Right, we're back. Yeah, it could be.
Canadian DDoSing us, man. Fuck you, Canadians. You don't know shit. Us Americans are a lot smarter than you guys. Look at our country.
All right, we're back.
Our country
is way better than Canada. You know.
Fuck you, Canardia.
There might be a few people here, some healthcare issues and shit like that. But overall, just because Canada ranks higher in all these, quality of life and shit, that's all bullshit. We have more freedom here, so we'll take our lower quality of life and more freedom. Thank you very much.
You could take our social safety net, but you'll
necessarily
never take
more
our
freedom.
freedom.
We have more freedom.
Oh,
more freedom.
Okay.
We got the freedom to shoot whenever we want. You want to know what, Ben? We have the freedom to choose our healthcare providers, unlike Canadians, who, as we know, all just die. They go to hospital, Canada, death sentence, you're dead. When you step foot in, you're fucking just gone.
They died waiting in line.
Yeah, they died. And there you go. They died waiting in line, Ben. You walk
of
into
old
hospital.
age, not even their illness. They died of old age because the wait times.
It was too extreme.
Canada. It was like 3 years. You need a vasectomy. You're waiting 3 years, buddy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're pumping out kids.
Yep.
Your wife's beating you because in Canada, feminists have taken over. They're just beating their men.
Doctor, he's having a heart attack, eh? And then it's like they get the shocks. No, it's like, oh, no, none of that.
Put them on a pain
Put them in
pill.
the line. Put them in the heart attack line.
Oh, they're all dead, sir.
It's just a line of corpses. Fine. They all needed immediate attention. Well, this is Canada, damn it.
That's the best we can do. Eat some poutine. All right, so
next one here is Wild Bill talking about the second Holocaust coming up.
The White Holocaust.
Yeah, Wild Bill says that there's going to be a Holocaust number 2 coming.
I'm not surprised.
Coming soon to an America near you, Holocaust 2, brought to you by Obama and the Muslim Brotherhood.
Hello, everybody. Wild Bill for America.
Hi,
here.
Wild Bill.
Today, I have something serious to discuss. In World War II, my dad fought to stop the Nazis and their horrible Holocaust, where millions of Jews and Christians were tortured
and he was very
murdered.
disappointed when I grew up to be one.
Out of that Holocaust came the rebirth of the nation of Israel. Their motto, never again. But unfortunately, the world seems to be moving rapidly towards Holocaust number 2. After years of blood, sweat, and tears by our military in Iraq and Afghanistan, the Obama administration simply gave it all away. And now the most brutal Islamic massacre of all is sweeping that area. ISIS is shocking the world with its public throat slitting, decapitations, burning people alive, cutting children in half, revealing the true face of Islam for the whole world to see. Entire Christian towns are being...
No.
The true face of Islam is ISIS.
Just like,
hey guys, we've been hiding this, but ISIS was. Yeah, I think the other day we were watching a press conference where all like the Muslims in the world gathered around, like, hey guys, gotta tell you, ISIS kind of represent all of us. Sorry,
ISIS,
and we're all like,
duly appointed representatives of Islam. But also, like, ISIS is nothing new, man. I mean, like.
No.
All throughout history, there's been crazy militias of people with wild-ass agendas cutting people's throats and slicing babies open and what the fuck ever else. That's always been the case. Look all throughout fucking human history. There's always groups like that.
There's always someone looking for a cause.
And wiped off the map. Hundreds of thousands of Christians are fleeing their homes, and the world is shamefully silent. Barack Obama...
What? No, it's not. It's been all over the fucking news. The world has not been shamefully silent.
Shamefully silent, to the point where I believe he is quietly cheering on the slaughter. Why is there no American push to bring these persecuted Christians to the USA?
Obama's like, he's in the Oval Office like, yeah, go ISIS, go, good job, kill him.
Yeah, ISIS.
Just kill him. Fucking kill him.
Kill them all.
Mr. President?
Kill all those Christians.
Nothing. I'm good.
Yeah.
Kenyanism.
Probably because Barack Obama and the liberal left are working feverishly to bring Islam to the USA.
Come on, Islam!
Holocaust number...
Islam's already here. It's
working feverishly, man.
I mean, like...
Obama's like fucking sweat pouring off. Give more Muslims, more visas for Muslims. Come on, just bring them in.
We will stop at nothing until America is a Muslim state.
Until America is 99% Muslim, Obama will not be satisfied.
Number 2 is beginning, and the new Nazis
Ayatollah
are Islam
Obama.
And the liberal left. The persecution of Christians in the USA is catching fire as militant homosexuals target Christians. Right now, open harassment and wrecking Christians financially.
What?
Militant homosexuals.
Militant
DJ.
homosexuals are targeting Christians.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever met a militant homosexual?
No, I have not.
Ben, have you?
All the time.
Oh shit, so Ben actually has met some.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure that might exist in some form somewhere, but that's not a problem.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Unless you're a lunatic.
But believe me, they will enthusiastically join the violence against Christians as soon as they think they can get away with it. Jewish students are no longer safe on American campuses. How could the USA fall to such deplorable moral standards?
Obama.
I'll tell you. By walking away from the Judeo-Christian roots that founded this nation. Now is the time for the men and women of faith to stand up and be counted. These are the days when your Christian testimony should be heard everywhere. When our nation spits in the face of God
Shouldn't
by
they be
enshrining
like
sin
he basically
into
wants you to be an
national laws.
obnoxious douche everywhere you go and talk about Jesus.
Shouldn't he be happy getting all this persecution? Shouldn't he just be like, it's the end times, and that's why we're being persecuted, and soon the rapture will take us all away.
I hope it does fucking happen soon.
And only Nicolas Cage will be left on a boring-ass plane.
They can take Nicolas Cage as well.
We cannot remain silent. A silent Christian is a defeated Christian. And every Christian in America should be thinking about Mark 8:38, where Jesus declares, "For whoever is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, the Son of Man will also be ashamed of him when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels." Are you going to let the enemies of God intimidate you into silence? 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God has not given us a spirit of timidity, but of power and love and discipline."
Yeah, that's always been the big issue.
If you're willing to take a stand for Christ,
Christians being too passive and, about their faith. It's like, it's time to take a stand for Jesus. Like, that's all you motherfuckers ever do. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they act like this
They act
country.
like we've been timid and shy long enough. It's like, when have you ever been timid and shy?
Not within recent memory.
I do not recall the Christians ever being
maybe when Christianity was a new religion.
Who the fuck is that? Get out of here, scumbag.
No, I was setting up the image slideshow for later.
Dude.
He's garbage. He's garbage.
Dude, what the hell?
Go away.
Dope, bro.
I'm wearing a Ben shirt. I'm cool. I could just interrupt
I
the show.
wish I was Ben. But Ben won't show his face. Ben, please show your face.
Show your face.
I like the people that they think they're really clever. Hey, Ben, you going to the London meetup? Yeah, I'm going. Oh, you wearing your mask? Huh? You wear your mask all night? Huh?
Huh?
And Ben's like, no, I'm not going to. Oh, got you, Ben. Tricked you.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize it.
What you gonna do now, Benny?
What you gonna do, Ben?
So Wild Bill's stupid.
Yeah.
I suggest that you join
Part 1
the
million.
National Black Robe Regiment, a group of Christian pastors who are taking a stand. This is Wild Bill for America, and you know where I stand. Thank you for watching, and America, bless God again.
Okay.
America bless God, everyone.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to club a child to death.
But I think it's his release sad. He's a very controlled person.
Yeah. All right. So next one we have here is this is another video from that black conservative that we've had on the show before.
Why you always got to bring race into it, Ben?
God, Ben, you're so racial.
And this one's entitled "Atheists Are Anti-First Amendment Bullies."
Good. That's exactly what we are.
Fuck you, First Amendment.
First Amendment can fucking suck my
a
dick.
First Amendment.
Fuck that, not a dick, my dick.
Yeah. Suck Scotty's dick, First Amendment.
Samantha Jones. This kid rocks. The so-called tolerant and diverse and accepting atheists can't intrude upon the rights of others who want to maintain their right to acknowledge God. I keep hearing these liberals insist that we Christians are trying to force our beliefs onto them. This is the same kind of mindset that believes Ronald McDonald forces people to get diabetes.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
Got this intro where he's like hitting the. He's like, "This sucks. I'm changing the channel." Bill Maher, get your mad
I
out.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. Fuck you, TV.
Yep. Look at him.
Then he's like, yeah, bitch.
TV is fucking dead, dude.
He's fucking hardcore, man.
Yep. He did that like slow motion walk.
Fuck you, liberal media. Boom. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Swagger away. Fucking all awesome. Zonation.
To say about this, because Samantha pretty much said what needed to be said on Fox and Friends. But then there's this dude, the Grinch, out to steal free religious
Grinch.
exercise.
I feel like this is the black Christian Dusty sometimes.
He does kind of sound like him.
He talks, they have similar speech patterns.
Yep.
And they're similarly like really angry about everything. Like never, it's not even like rising and falling anger. It's like this constant like medium anger about every issue.
Yeah.
I love it.
Say the pledge and participate in this oath that you don't believe in because of those words under God that were inserted, or
Yeah.
don't say the pledge and risk being ostracized and bullied because you don't believe as others believe. That's not a choice government should be putting on my kids.
What a whiny tube of snot. He's like Squidward. Dude, have a Krabby Patty and lighten up. Excuse me. Atheists aren't being ostracized and bullied. Actually, isn't it you atheists using the heavy hand of the state to infringe more and more upon the first right of the First Amendment?
Fuck yeah, bitch! Fuck you, First Amendment! Atheism, bitch! New First Amendment is atheism rocks!
This is a stupid argument. It's like, because you could say, you could make the exact same argument to him. It's like, why does under God even need to be there? And we all know it wasn't in the original Pledge of Allegiance, and why do we even have a Pledge of Allegiance?
Yo, Scotty, bitch! Atheism, bitch! Bitch, atheism. Motherfucking atheism, bitch, atheism.
His argument so far has been like, they need to stop, fucking impeding my freedom of speech, and they're stupid and weird and whiny. That's pretty much the argument so far. Like, he's a whiner.
Yeah, but you know what? He didn't think about atheism.
Isn't he whining about people whining about this?
Nah, man. Yes, he's a bitch. Atheism.
Okay.
That's all you gotta say. Just say the word atheism.
Suing others to make them say under God in the Pledge of Allegiance, or sue anybody to make them say the Pledge of Allegiance at all. You think it's we Christians trying to force God onto you. You got it backwards. You get to enjoy living in America without having to say the Pledge of Allegiance at all. If you want to get married, you got to say I do. If you want a pizza delivered to you, you have to state your address. If you want to pass the field sobriety test, you have to be able to recite the ABCs and stuff to prove you're not too drunk to drive. The point is that to partake in the enjoyment of things, you may be required to make a statement to the affirmative of such. But when it comes to living in the most blessed nation in the world, you do not have to pledge allegiance to it. Yet you want to deny others the right to acknowledge God. You people are sickly selfish.
Hold on.
You're sickly selfish because you want your one religion held in higher esteem than everything else, and then, you don't have to say it. So that's okay. Well, why do we have to acknowledge your fucking beliefs in the fucking Pledge of Allegiance? Why is your one group a special fucking group that we have to do that? And if we do that, we're taking away your freedom. You're the one that wants to make things unequal. That's just ridiculous.
He just wants to keep the inequalities that already exist. I don't understand how saying, like, hey, it's kind of weird that our kids even recite this in the morning. Like, maybe we should just get rid of it because it's kind of weird and antiquated. And not only is it weird that our kids are pledging allegiance to the country, but also that we're acknowledging one religion's God over all other religions, even though this is supposed to be a country that has freedom of religion.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, this is a Christian, because it's just, in his mind, it's a Christian nation. It was built on Christianity. He totally ignores that so many of the founders weren't Christian, that Thomas Paine was actually wrote a book against religion called The Age of Reason. He's not going to acknowledge that, Thomas Jefferson was very critical of religion. Several other of the founding fathers were very critical of religion. I think the Senate at one time ratified a treaty with...
Are you talking about Tripoli?
Tripoli.
Treaty of Tripoli.
Yeah, that basically said emphatically, and was unanimous, by the way, that America's not a Christian nation. And they'll ignore all that kind of stuff and just say, no, we are a Christian nation. And when you start at that assumption, of course you're going to come to all these false conclusions. Like, this is a Christian nation, and all these other people, like atheists, are just encroaching on the way the nation is supposed to be. No, actually, your stupid pledge with under God in it is an encroachment. And it wasn't even added until the 1950s or something like that.
It was added during the Cold War.
Right, because we wanted to show that, the Russians are godless, so we're going to fucking put God on everything to show them what's what.
You can't see that you're intruding on someone else's right by denying them by force of the state to not acknowledge God. The government's job includes
No one's doing that. No one's doing that, though. Even if we succeed in getting rid of the pledge, all it would be is it's no longer mandatory to recite this stupid, antiquated piece of shit at the beginning of each day for all these children. And I guess it's not technically mandatory, but it pretty much is mandatory in a way. Because at first, they start you so young, you don't even understand what the fuck you're saying.
Right. I went to a Catholic school, And, we would pray at the beginning of school every day.
Yeah.
To me, it was just like another prayer.
Right.
It was funny because, like, the cross was, like, up on the wall that we all faced, like, above the blackboard, like, in the center of the room. And then the flag was, like, on a little flag post, like, over in the corner of the room. And I remember we would pray to the cross, and then we would turn and face the flag and basically pray to the flag. So, to me, it was like I felt like I was praying to the flag, basically.
Yeah.
Our right to acknowledge God if a person chooses to believe. This is not a theocracy. The state is not a church. The state's job includes protecting the freedom to acknowledge a higher power. This is in the First Amendment, listed even before that right to that free speech you liberals love so much, and apparently love it so much that you want to keep it all to yourselves and deny it to everyone else not sharing your worldview.
Ridiculous.
And you have the nerve to call other people greedy. These haters keep trying to insist that the phrase under God was added in 19...
You're misrepresenting the situation.
He's about to address the whole "it was added later on"
Okay,
thing.
well, we can have that then.
Yeah, let's see.
1954. Okay, so what would make you feel better? That we go back to the original? Well, the original was still written by a Christian, Francis Bellamy.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, hold on. He was also a socialist. I don't know if you know that. He was a Christian socialist. So are you going to say that socialism is an integral part of America too because it was the Pledge of Allegiance was written by a socialist? And in fact, a bunch of kids standing up and reciting a pledge together of loyalty kind of seems like something out of a communist regime, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So I don't understand why you right-wingers have such a big boner for this fucking pledge, especially when you feel free to criticize the president any goddamn time you want. Obama's a fucking piece of shit. He's trying to destroy America.
Born in Kenya, everything. But the thing is, too...
But then you're going to act like you have some sacred reverence for the fucking flag. I mean, you don't have any reverence for the leadership of the country. You don't have any reverence for the laws of the country, and yet you're going to pay lip service to the fucking flag.
But they love symbolism. Remember me and you were talking about that? You hear these people like, I fought for the flag, and me and you were like, shouldn't you fight for the ideals behind the flag, not a fucking flag?
A piece of cloth.
Yeah.
My granddaddy died for that flag. It's like, well, then he was a fucking retard. I don't think that's why he died, but if it was, good. Fuck him.
But hey, lucky for you, you don't have to say it anyway. Nobody's forcing you, like how you're trying to force others. Oh, and since you're so hung up on us keeping it original, should we bring back the Bellamy salute that goes along with saying the pledge? That should suit you just fine, since y'all are acting like a bunch of state-happy Nazis.
Those kids weren't being Nazis, though. That's just how they did it. We changed because the Nazis did that salute. It doesn't.
Just
it
like
mean
Hitler.
the same thing.
Just like Hitler ruined that mustache.
He also ruined the swastika. The swastika was a symbol. Was a symbol for Native Americans and for Indians.
Yeah, if you go to like places like India, you can see the swastika and these temples and places like that. It's not to do with the fucking
you think
Nazis.
the Indians are a bunch of Nazis, huh?
Nope.
Wow.
No.
Crazy.
Even Francis Bellamy was a socialist, which I don't mind saying he was confused. But the Bellamy salute predates the Nazi adaptation of the salute. And Congress had the gesture changed to place the hand over the heart as the Nazi fashion of saluting became a highly recognized signature to him. I'm Alfonso Rachel with Zonation, and if you don't want to say the pledge or acknowledge God, you don't have to. Just like you haters don't have to keep watching my vids. You don't want to say the pledge or acknowledge God, then sit down, shut up, and don't.
Fuck
but you don't have the right to force
You're
others
stupid.
to join you.
Yeah, it's like, sit down and shut up. It's like, why should we sit down and shut up when you're making these ignorant-ass statements?
I don't understand how preventing the kids from having us... to me, I don't understand how he's like, you are a bunch of state-hungry whatever. Like, no, we're just trying to get the state to stop implementing a policy of reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Which I don't, I'm in favor of, because fuck the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, it's
There's
stupid.
no goddamn reason kids should be fucking saying that.
It's really just actually strange. It's like, you have to be really loyal to America. Don't you love America? It's like, well, they live in America. I mean, if they're...
it's creepy.
Shouldn't they be loyal to America because it's a great place, not because of just some empty thing we recite? You know what I mean?
And it's not like it has any lasting effect anyway. You just grow up and be like, oh, that was weird.
Bullshit I had to say.
Yep.
And it's
but I mean, like he's acting like atheists are trying to like stop people from acknowledging God, and that's not even what's happening. So it's just like this huge misrepresentation of the situation. And I mean, like he seems like he's smart enough to know that. So it's obviously just like some conservative bullshit rhetoric. So he can, I'm a conservative and I believe in whatever traditional bullshit values. Well, you're also a fucking liar, because there's no way you're so dumb that you really think that's what's going on. So thou shalt not bear false witness. You're going to hell, bitch.
Hey, little boy, going to hell.
Going to hell. All right, next video.
Time for a bathroom break.
Hey everyone, it's the Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for another edition of Satanic Illuminati Media Exposed.
Oh, now Batman versus Superman.
Yeah. I bet you didn't even guess that Batman versus Superman, satanic.
Oh, Satan. It's all Satan. Drunken Peasants is satanic.
I wanted to do an expose on the new Superman vs. Batman trailer that has come out recently. This is, yet again, the elite using the entertainment industry as a way to mind control the masses. If you haven't seen my previous video on Lauryn Hill, she came out talking about the fact that the military complex is working with the entertainment industry in order to mind control people. And that is an absolute truth. That is what I've been trying to show on this channel. You think you're watching television, you think you're watching an innocent movie, you're actually not. You are watching well-crafted propaganda from the military in order to condition your minds and prepare you for end-time events. We are going to see a massive chaos take place.
Okay, what I don't understand is, why do we need to be prepared for it?
Right.
Why don't you just fucking do it? Why do you need to... make us...
Because the prophecies must be fulfilled, and we got to lead people away from God to damn as many souls as possible, and blah, blah, blah.
Place on the earth with wars and all these things, because the Bible, Jesus, told us about this. He said that in the days that we live, that it would be pure chaos, and it is fast approaching.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question then. If you believe that things are pure chaos and the day of pure chaos is fast approaching, then what would be your refutation to something like Steven Pinker's book Why Violence Has Declined, where he pretty much shows statistically that we actually live in the least violent times in human history?
It's true. I mean,
people used to murder each other wantonly. Most people are a little reluctant to murder each other. Now, obviously, there's regions of instability, and there always have been. There probably always will be. But for the most part, we're doing okay. So why do you think that these times are the most chaotic, and that we're the closest to disaster? I mean, if we're closest to disaster, I would imagine it would be something like an ecological disaster. Not so much the devil comes back and is like,
climate change is not real,
enslave humanity.
Climate change is a hoax.
For I am the devil.
You are?
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't realize.
Complex
and
nice
the
entertainment world is conditioning your minds, preparing you for the acceptance of the Antichrist.
Cool.
This movie is in fact just propaganda to subliminally, at a subconscious level, prepare the masses for these end-time events.
Sweet.
Now, if you haven't seen my previous video, Batman equals the Illuminati Antichrist masquerading as a superhero, I'll leave it linked up in the description section for you to check it out. I didn't say that Batman is the Antichrist, but the Batman movie, including this one, the Batman vs. Superman, is in fact mind control for the masses.
They've been making Batman movies for a long time. I mean, there was even a Batman movie before the Adam West incarnation of Batman.
Yeah, there was the old Batman serials too back in the day.
It was all just preparation.
Batman, like the Illuminati has been playing this Batman thing for a while. I think it was invented in like the 30s.
Yeah.
So for nearly 100 years. The Illuminati have just been like, ha ha ha, yeah.
Batman. Illuminati.
Feel the Batman.
One
Fear
of
the Batman.
us. One of us.
He is the Antichrist, the Illuminati Antichrist.
Uses themes from the Bible to condition people. In this one, I point out the Batman is from the League of Shadows, a secret society that trains him up to be a dark knight, and he is placed
But in the movie, he rejects the League of Shadows.
Right, he ends up destroying them single-handedly.
So if they're supposed to represent the Illuminati, why would the Illuminati represent their Antichrist destroying them and actually fighting actively against their agenda?
To trick people into thinking the good guy always wins. All part of the plan.
It's all part of our elaborate, overly complicated plan.
The protector of the city of Gotham. Gotham means goats. The city of goats. He's the savior and protector of goats.
Gotham has a much more recent colloquial, origin of meaning just like a city. You know, I'm sure you could trace it back to goats somehow.
Well, I mean, look at
the time that they named Gotham, it was because Gotham is a name for city.
Yeah. I mean, look at the names of the cities in the DC universe. There's Metropolis. There's Smallville.
Metropolis actually comes from the Latin Satan's Legion.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant large city.
No.
No?
Metro means Satan and polis means minion.
Oh.
League of Minions.
I've been
or
educated.
Some bullshit. Read the Latin. Read the Bible.
Wake up, people. Check out.
Wake up, guys. Come on.
I love that's like the nail in the coffin. Wake up, people.
You're all a bunch of slaves, man.
So to fully comprehend this video, I'm going to leave this in the description section. You need to check out a fantastic expose that was done by my brother in Christ, Gons, from the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel.
Transhumanist
on
propaganda.
Call of Duty, the Black Ops 3 trailer. You need to understand an agenda, a transhumanist agenda. If you don't know what transhumanism is, you need to do your research and catch up.
I'm a transhumanist.
The military complex are going to be creating stuff like this trailer, this video game, these movies, to condition the masses, because there is coming a evolution where mankind will genetically modify themselves, trying to be like gods themselves, trying to be eternal by merging with machine and playing with our own God-given DNA.
So we're going to become the Borg, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree with him that will happen, but I think it's going to be awesome, personally. I don't have all this we're messing with God. It's like there is no God, so that's all a bunch of worthless crap.
They tried to play God. Look at the results.
I mean, we've already kind of done it, pacemakers, artificial limbs. We've even started making limbs that actually react to, the brain.
No, TJ, it's all bad.
So I would say that, that is coming. And we've seen that, designer babies are getting, closer and closer to the point where you can almost, customize your kid. So I don't know. I think he's kind of right about it going in that direction, but I don't think there's any God to be upset, so I don't give a shit. I think it's cool. I want to become a cyborg.
All right, so I think we'll move on here. We featured this next guy on the show before. He's a conservative Christian guy that makes videos on YouTube, and this is a video where he rationalizes why it was okay for polygamous men in the Bible, but now polygamy is wrong.
Oh, of course.
So. This old song and dance.
This one from Rhiannon Adornetto. I hope I got that right. Why did God bless polygamous Old Testament husbands and help their kingship battles? Confusing and seemingly unfair for we women, considering that the New Testament requires us to be all modest. Sorry. No cop-out stuff about God bless them despite their sin either. Real answers. Was Leviticus 17:17 not clear? It was clear, but wait a second. Why not God bless them despite their sin? Why would that be a bad answer? Maybe you're like me and you're probably thinking, not even close. You have a tendency to read the Old Testament and go, wow, those people were so wicked. They were just so dumb. And I've often thought that, and I think that's just wrong, because I fear that if my life were written like an Old Testament Bible character, I would climb underneath this carpet and would never want to be seen again. Rhiannon, what would happen?
Okay, do it.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
That'd be fine.
It's hardwood floor, but...
Like, crawl under the carpet like the cockroach that you are. That'd be good.
She confessed to believe in Jesus Christ, but she, fill in the blank. She, I'm just making stuff up now, gossiped regularly. Or she was bitter toward her husband a lot. I'm making stuff up. Or she yelled at her kids a lot.
I've looked up the polygamy thing in the Bible for videos and shit. I've never been able to find a single Bible verse that really clearly prohibits polygamy, except for one, I think in Exodus maybe, or maybe it was Leviticus, where it prohibits a priest from having more than one wife.
Oh, okay, so they got to limit it.
But that rule wasn't applied to anyone else, and it is pretty clear throughout the Old Testament that God is, blessing men who have multiple wives, and he could say, well, God blessed them despite their sin. Well, how come there's not a verse where God, says, thou shalt not have these wives? Like, if there's a God and he tells you, like, you can only have one wife, you're gonna fucking be like, sorry, the rest of you gotta hit the road. So I don't understand this, like, God blessed them despite their sin. Wouldn't God have changed their sin if he was really offended by it? I don't really think there's much of an argument for being anti-polygamy in the Bible.
People would read that in a couple thousand years and go, wow, do you think she was really a believer? You see, God is kind even to those who are in Christ, despite us. In the Old Testament, you're right, they shouldn't have been polygamous. It was clear in Deuteronomy 17. They sinned, and yet God, in his forbearance, he overlooked their sins, just like he so often overlooks ours. And so I would encourage you, rather than looking at that and going,
that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any fucking sense. God spoke directly to most of these guys.
TJ, don't confuse sophistry 101 with reality.
If God really had a problem with them having multiple wives, I'm pretty sure he would have said, stop doing that, and they would have listened because it's God telling them.
God literally appearing in front of you and telling you what
don't do this. And you're this righteous man that loves God, and now you have proof that he's real and he's speaking to you directly and he's telling you what to do. You're just going to be like, I'll just live in sin. Will you bless me anyway? I'm going to roll those dice. And God's like, I guess I'll bless you anyway. I could understand the need for more pussy.
Why was God so kind to them? Instead, ask, why is God so unbelievably kind to me?
I agree with that word at the end.
The video was wretched.
Yeah. And so's he. It's a creepy bastard. It's like Bill Nye's evil twin from the Negaverse or something.
So, I don't know how you'll feel about this next video here. Do you feel that diversity can be valuable?
Sure.
Do you? Okay. So here's a video entitled "Diversity Has No Inherent Value."
That's dumb.
Yeah, it's such a fucking, it's a blanket statement.
I mean that's like just, I could prove that wrong like so easily. Let's say that we find ourselves in some kind of shitty situation, right? And we're three different people. Maybe we have different backgrounds, different mindsets or whatever. Now, me and Scotty don't, but let's just say we do for the sake of argument.
Sure.
We might come up with three different solutions, and maybe only one of them is right. The fact that there was enough diversity to generate more possible ideas about how things could or should be done, that it does have an inherent value, rather than just... I'm just hanging out with other people of my same background that think exactly like I do and agree with me. Maybe we get in the same situation and we don't find the fucking solution.
Shut up, liberal.
Okay.
Some crazy hypothetical, maybe. Diversity is a flaw.
And it's our friend,
this fucking moron.
The
Bachelor economics.
This guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this motherfucker has no clue what he's talking about.
Hello everybody, Cappy here. Not a video request, this is just one thing I had to listen to the radio. And I don't know if it was a politician or an academia, some worthless schmuck.
We
value our diversity. Maybe it was a
academics are worthless schmucks to this guy.
Some liberal whiner, whatever. You don't know nothing.
Employer or something. Look, let me explain to you. This is one of those lies people in power tell you so that you either buy their product, you pay your tuition money to them, or you vote for them. And you could get all pissed off if I'm a white male, what do I know, I'm privileged, everything else, you've been brainwashed. But if you want to get beyond that, when you want to get out of the echo chamber and you want to start living in the real world, you're going to see why diversity is the concept of diversity, how this propaganda is forced down everybody's throats. That diversity has value unto itself, that has intrinsic value. Why it's not only wrong, but it's damaging, especially to minorities. The reason why it makes you, or it's damaging, or it's a threat.
If diversity has no inherent value, then why do you even care about what's damaging to minorities? Shouldn't you just be in favor of the people that you feel are similar enough to yourself and just not care about anyone else?
Have value when you don't. Okay. Now I am white and I am male and I am straight. All right. Now that's some level of diversity. That's a color, a gender, and a sexual preference or whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Glug, glug, glug.
But that doesn't, there's no value in that. I haven't done anything, and that's the key thing. The way you get value as a human in this world is by doing things for other human beings. I'm not saying in a charitable way either. I'm saying you do things that other people want you to do, and you charge money for it. There's money. Shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up.
No.
Okay. So
charities are of no value.
Fuck you.
All these real world problems.
Stop.
Capitalism is the only thing that's good.
I mean,
everything else is bad.
I'm not against people doing things for money, but I don't understand why anyone would be against people doing things for free because they want to, or just because it makes them happy to do so, or it makes someone else happy for them. I don't understand.
No value.
We have to shit on charity just because you're a capitalist. I mean, they're not incompatible. It's possible to sometimes.
Only riffraff want charity, TJ.
What's the fucking problem with that?
Only riffraff, TJ.
Okay.
But we all dismiss it as, money it's evil. Just give it to the government. We don't really need it. So
no one says that.
You, all right?
In the history of things, no one has said that is one of them.
I am evil. Give the government all my money.
I care not for this money that I need to survive. Give it all to the government, for I care.
To government. Socialism and communism are wonderful.
There is nothing inherently valuable about me having a penis, me having whatever chemical makes my skin white, and me liking the ladies. There isn't. There just isn't. And just as there is no value in you preferring a gay relationship, or being Hispanic, or being female. There's no value in it. What it is whether or not, again, you do something of value for other people. And this is where you really have to focus your efforts and energies on. And not just focus your energies and efforts, but hang your pride on. This is how you describe yourself to people.
I agree with the idea that we should be defined by things we've actually accomplished rather than just...
Yeah, but why does it have to be strictly in a monetary or economic sense?
Right. And the other thing is, this doesn't demonstrate that diversity is useless, because those people are still going to have different life experiences and see things from different perspectives. I think that having different perspectives on something has value, because that broadens our ability to look at the world from different perspectives and to see other sides of the story.
I've talked about this before. It is your accomplishments. It is the excellence at which you do your accomplishments and you achieve and do your job. So if you say, ask anyone, I've talked about this before, ask anyone, describe yourself. The worthless person, the one who swallowed whole this leftist, and that's what
but it is. But the parasite said no.
Bullshit and brainwashing.
The parasite said no.
Or how they ID themselves on the LBGT. I mean, I'm not joking. They've come up with 36 different genders or sexes, which is bullshit. I believe that's another thing. For example, it doesn't take anything to believe in anything. Well, I'm a proud Muslim. I'm a proud Jew. I'm a proud Christian. I'm a proud global warming. I'm a global war. What do they say? I'm a vegan. That's the classic one. These are beliefs. These are
And beliefs
choices.
don't affect anything.
Yeah, why would a person define themselves by their beliefs? It's not like that influences
What value
who they are
can
or their
they
behavior.
do? Hey, TJ, you know what? I'll pay you $1 to scrub that toilet.
Okay, I'll do it.
That you have value now.
Sweet.
No, but if you just did it out of the kindness of your heart, you're a fucking charity case.
Sorry about that.
I mean, this is so stupid. People's beliefs, like, well, let's just go with the thing with, let's say, like, global warming activists. If you're doing your part and you feel like, okay, I'm gonna take public transportation, I'm gonna do, like, you take all these actions that reduces your impact on the environment, how is that a bad thing? Like, how does that not define you as a person? Because that's a major part of your life.
Like, let's think about the scenario he's putting out here. He's saying that, when you ask one of these liberal brainwashed drones, first thing they go to is the color of their skin. It's like, no, they don't. I've never fucking asked a black person, like, so, what kind of person are you? Well, I'm black.
Well, all I can tell you is I'm black.
It's like, yeah, I can see that. I've never talked to a black person and had them, like, mention to me, like, maybe in passing, like, and because I'm black, they said this or something. They might have heard that, but I've never heard them be like, I am black.
That's it. Like, okay.
That is my person. I am black.
This is a very awkward conversation.
It's like, I am going to go this way now.
Hi, I'm white.
So basically, he's talking about a hypothetical situation that has never happened, will never happen. I mean, unless you're a member of the Black Panther Party, you're not going around all the time just yammering on about how black you are to anyone who will listen.
Honestly, I'm pretty black, though.
I'm black as well. Ben,
Bullshit.
are you black, or what are you?
I am Asian.
You're Asian.
Yeah.
Or Blasian.
Yeah, we established Ben was Blasian.
Yeah, I am Blasian.
Like Tiger Woods.
Ben is Blasian.
I am.
It's like, okay, do I pick up the gun oil, or do I pick up the Angry Bird? I didn't do anything I didn't achieve anything. It was just a choice.
Yeah,
So if
you
hang
achieved picking
yourself
up the
on
Angry
these-
Bird.
You can't even call them accomplishments. I was going to say hollow accomplishments. They're not accomplishments. Traits you were born with and had nothing to do with. You did not earn. I didn't earn the whiteness. You didn't earn the blackness. No one earned their Asianness. It was your parents that decided to fornicate previously, and out you came with a whole set of traits that you had nothing to do with. You didn't earn jack. Okay?
Sure.
I'm a proud transgender. I'm a proud. Well, that's not going to get you a job, and there's really nothing to be proud about.
But there are some inherently natural traits that do make us, that do give us better chances of achieving certain things.
I mean,
like,
but another thing is, like, he's trying to, like, shackle identity to just, like, you're not allowed to be to identify yourself in any way other than your achievements. I agree, achievements should be part of how a person identifies themselves, but I think that, yeah, your beliefs probably do have something to do with it. Your background and where you were raised and where you were born.
Yeah, definitely does.
Even though those things might not be things you controlled, they still have an impact on who the fuck you are.
I mean, obviously.
I mean, this goddamn guy is like, he's just fucking so stupid. And I know, I feel bad saying it because in videos before he's been like, obviously the Amazing Atheist is intelligent, but I just disagree with him. I wish I could say the same to you, but I can't. You're a fucking moron. Why do you... who is watching this shit? Every time you get on here, you're saying, like, I got a request for this.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is requesting shit from you?
Drunk people at bars, like, talk about fucking value,
No. He's saying people are paying him for this shit.
I'd ask for a refund.
Well, more power to him, I guess.
Yeah.
It's what you are. That's I'm a proud Christian. No, you believe in a book that was written way too long ago and mistranscribed through different languages. Point is being that everyone is using diversity in its many facets and forms.
But I mean, I agree with his characterization of Christianity, but I don't agree with the idea that a Christian shouldn't really put that forth as part of their identity. Of course they should.
Well, no, we've already established that.
It influences their behavior. Yeah, we have. But
well, okay, it's not a coincidence. So let's say, like, you're born white. It's like if you hang out with other white people, it's kind of like you know what to expect. I mean, generally, I'm not saying everyone's exactly the same, But someone from the same background you generally has the same interest as you, or at least to some degree, and there's something you can connect on to some level. As whereas someone from a totally different place or country or part of the world, you're not going to have that same sort of oh, we all know about this, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you're from Louisiana, people
you don't have that like commonality of
are more interested in talking to you if they're from Louisiana as opposed to like I'm from fucking Pennsylvania. I've never been there, don't know shit about it.
Yeah, it's like we used to have Indiana plates on our car, or no, Illinois plates on our car. And,
people always want to talk about
Illinois.
Illinois.
People come like, oh yeah, I'm from Illinois, so why don't you you want to talk about Illinois stuff? And it's like, oh, actually, we barely lived there and we hated it, so sorry.
So many people will be so crestfallen, like, oh, I see.
Oh. So yeah, people are really eager to identify with someone that shares their background in some way, or they feel like some similarity to. So of course that's part of fucking identity. It's so dumb. This is just like, these are obvious facts that should not have to be explained to a fucking grown-up.
To avoid real work. That's all it is.
Oh, come on.
Fill in all your blanks.
What is his fucking... He has an obsession with
work
and jobs and money.
The working
and
man.
He believes he's some sort of economics expert.
That's all he fucking thinks about. If you view the world through the prism of one single subject, no wonder you're so fucking dumb. The real fucking shame about you is you obviously have enough intelligence to actually, think beyond this fucking little tiny parameter you set for yourself, but because you're so scared of broadening your fucking point of view, you just view everything through the lens of like, oh, work and make money and, make these social accomplishments and contribute to society, and that's all there is. It's like, no, that's just part of what there is. It's a small part of what the fuck there is. So fuck you.
You love him. All right, let's see here.
Can we turn that fan on?
Yeah, go ahead. Whoa, okay, never mind, TJ. You don't do it. Don't do it.
Jesus Christ, TJ.
Fucking accident waiting to happen.
Where's it at?
I'll get it.
Ben will get it. I'm knocking shit over.
Yeah, okay, just a moment.
After these messages,
yeah,
we'll be right
can't trust
back.
TJ. I wouldn't trust TJ myself, Always destroying shit. Always fucking destroying shit, TJ.
We'll be right black.
Racist TJ.
We'll be white black.
You're white black? What? How does that work?
I don't know. It just does.
You're white
Ask
and black?
Obama.
That's even more racist, TJ.
Yeah. Racism is cool.
I
Fuck
support
Eskimos.
racism.
Fuck Eskimos.
You want to have sex with Eskimos?
No.
Why?
I hate them.
Why do you hate them?
I hate Eskimos, man.
You're a weird dude, TJ.
I know.
Fucking ice chuckers.
Ice chuckers.
All right, so before we move on...
I've been making jokes...
Oh my god,
Hold
TJ,
on, shut
what?
up. Quiet, Ben. I've been making jokes about Eskimos like that for years and years, and I've not had even one Eskimo write me and be like, I heard what you said about Eskimos.
Few. Well, yeah, and they live like in the Arctic Circle. I don't think they spend a lot of...
Well, I'm sure there's people of that descent that live elsewhere.
Probably just shocked to be mentioned in any way.
He said Eskimo!
Whoa, that's weird. That's probably it. Maybe they're not easily offended, TJ.
Yeah, Eskimos are not a bunch of whiners like some other groups.
Probably true. Look where they live. It's pretty hard to fucking live in that area, so on those parts of the world.
What does that mean to play us out?
Anyway, just to let everyone know, in case you missed it, on our Facebook there is a poll that you can respond to, letting us know whether or not you plan on attending the meetup in London that will be taking place on May 14th at 4:30 p.m. UK time at Regent's Park. It'll be in the southeastern corner of Regent's Park. We're going to meet up there and hang out for a little while, and then we're going to go to Camden Town and get trashed.
And Ben is offering free hand jobs.
Sloshed. I don't know what it is. What do the fucking Londoners say?
Sloshed.
They say sloshed, right?
Yeah. Something like that. Three sheets to the wind.
3 sheets. I've heard that one before.
I'm 3 sheets to the wind.
Actually, no. They say get pissed.
Pissed. Oh, yeah, pissed. Yeah.
Let's go get pissed.
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, well, to us that means you're mad about something.
Let's go get angry.
She just got turned on. Like, get pissed. Where? What time?
No.
Yeah, so go there and answer the
not.
poll. I'll leave it up for those of you that will be listening tomorrow. And then we're going to post some more information about the meetup in Amsterdam coming up very soon.
It definitely will not be in a coffee shop, though it definitely will be.
It will be, and if you want to like see us with our eyes barely open, possibly on mushrooms, yeah, you can come there. That should be entertaining.
Yeah.
And that's taking place on May 20th, probably around the same time.
That one will probably just all wander off, like, bye, guys. And not even remember it.
It'll be fun. Anyway, so we're going to move on here. I believe this is a Mark Dice video here. Bruce Jenner comes out as a transgender Christian Republican, which is true.
Yeah.
Ugh, Christian
The
Republican.
most stunning revelation out of Bruce Jenner's interview with Diane Sawyer is not that he identifies himself as a transgendered woman, but that he also identifies himself as a Christian Republican.
This was already known.
Gross.
Bruce Jenner has been...
Yeah, like, why is he a Republican?
He's been an active Republican his whole life.
Yeah.
What
In
an
fact,
asshole.
even
I hate Republicans.
Actually, Santorum was like, yeah, we need respect. He's transgender, and
Yeah,
you know,
because he's a Republican, of course.
it's like, oh, so that's all it took was for transgender people to be like, we'll vote Republican. They're like, okay,
Oh, sure, we accept you guys. Come on in.
you guys are great.
A statement that has caused outrage and a tremendous backlash on Twitter, with people now tweeting hateful comments about him and aimed at him because
That's
he
pretty
says
lame,
he
actually.
is a Republican. This person says that they are disgusted that
I'm
Bruce Jenner is a
disgusted.
Republican.
Why would you? I
This
mean, like,
person
I'm not
saying-
disgusted. I think he's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can understand thinking like, man, Republicans are stupid or something, but to be like, you're disgusting because you're Republican.
I would say it's self-defeating in many ways, but it doesn't make him disgusting.
That's why I hate the entire like two-party dichotomy bullshit, because it's like, oh, you're not our party, you're a loser.
You can vote for this pile of shit, or you can vote for this pile
You're
of shit.
sick. I'm just like, I'm not gonna vote for either of them and just be above the whole thing. It's like, well, what if America's destroyed? It's like, it's going to be anyway. It doesn't matter what I do.
Shit is like entropy, man.
Entropy,
bro.
brah. Fucking
F him.
entropy.
This person
Doesn't really
calling
apply.
him a stupid
Entropy.
F. Way to show some
You're a
compassion
stupid F.
there, liberals. Yes, if you just politely,
Liberals.
peacefully...
Okay, except if Bruce Jenner's like, I'm a liberal fucking socialist now, the Republicans would be the ones on Twitter being
Exactly.
like,
Weirdo.
fucking disgusting, weird, sick fuck.
What a fucking weirdo.
So,
Thinks he's a woman, he's a man.
this
He's
really just,
dumb.
I mean, the transgender thing is almost not even at play at this point. It's really just a matter of like, we're Republicans and we're Democrats and we don't like each other.
agree politically with certain liberal policies, you are automatically often just labeled a hateful bigot. But now, Bruce Jenner says he's a Republican, and now he is faced with tremendous amount of hatred for his political views. Now he is the highest profile. Oh, by the way, only 21% of LGBT Americans identify as Republicans.
I
according to
wonder
the Washington
why.
Post. And his interview now makes him the highest profile transgender in the world, coming from the
And
Kardashian
definitely the
royal-
highest profile transgender Republican in the world.
They always
Easily.
bring up the Kardashian thing. They forget that he was an Olympic gold medalist. And they give... He was like one of the first guys on the Wheaties box and shit like that back in the 70s. He won the decathlon, which when you win that, you're given the title of world's greatest athlete. So he was one of the first Olympic gold medalists to do the cereal box thing and become like a big star. And he was as masculine as anyone could have possibly have been. So I think that's why this kind of shocked a lot of people. But they always bring up the Kardashian thing, and I think that pales in comparison to his accomplishments as an Olympian.
No, Ben, that was time has passed since that.
But Ben, she made a sex tape.
Oh, okay.
You know, Kardashians sell newspaper. Olympic athlete, not so much.
John.
family.
Unless
leading a
eating
lot of
out
people to
Kim
ask a lot of
Kardashian's ass was
questions.
made an
This
Olympic
will no
sport.
doubt spark some interesting and perhaps
And it should be.
controversial dialogue one interesting revelation. TMZ posted an article that 1/3 of transgenders have their sexual orientation switch as a result of hormone therapy. Oh, but I thought that somebody was born with their sexual preference.
And TMZ is such a reliable source of information.
That's where I go to for medical advice. Generally, like, what does TMZ have to say about this spot on my
New
leg
England
or
Journal
something?
of Medicine? Fuck that. TMZ, the most reliable and accurate of news sources.
The far left liberal TMZ.
The far left.
Admitted.
There was a left liberal.
How is TMZ left
The
or
far
liberal?
left, liberal.
TMZ is
Well,
concerned
gee.
primarily with exploiting celebrities.
It's entertainment news.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with, we're liberal or conservative.
What is this celebrity doing?
The liberal TMZ. There's nothing liberal about TMZ. They're a bunch of scum fucks.
Yeah, look at things you can read. Kelly Brook is busting out of her sports bra. Wow. Some hard-hitting journalism there.
That's a clear liberal bias.
After they undergo the surgery and have their hormone therapy, switch their sexual preference.
Okay, so I watched the Bruce Jenner interview, and I mean, he's been doing the hormone therapy since the 80s, like 1981. That's when he started doing it. And he said in the interview that his sexual preference has never changed. He's always only been attracted to women his whole life, and he doesn't see that changing.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what the fuck this guy's talking about.
This is just so he can make his little point about, look, I thought you said homosexuality was natural, but in fact,
it's a choice.
All we have to do is mess with these hormones, and look what happens, according to TMZ.
It's a choice.
Again, completely contrary to the liberal talking point that people are born inherently with their
It's a
sexual
choice,
preference.
everybody.
Many people unaware that...
Yeah, Bruce Jenner is an example of that. He was born straight. That is his sexual preference. Even though he feels that he's a woman, inside, and he took hormone therapy, that never changed his sexual preference.
A choice. A choice to be
And this
homosexual
is just,
and violate the law.
This has nothing to do with anything to do with this story, even.
Right.
It's just a total digression.
This is just like basically this guy wants to, rant and rave about his crazy opinions, and it's like, gotta have some clickbait.
I'll somehow make this seem like it's about, Bruce Jenner, then people will click on it.
Exactly.
But it's really not. It's really just me with my usual stupid agenda.
The last time we used a Mark Dice video, he got all butthurt and left a bunch of comments.
Oh, really? Well, he'll be back.
Yep.
You guys are a bunch of morons. You don't understand me. I made good points. All you did was insult me.
You're tearing me apart, DP.
Hey, we're gonna tear you apart. With
You didn't even let him talk. You needed to watch his entire video first and take extensive notes.
You'd watch the
Only
video
then
several times.
are you fit to respond to it.
Oh no, those are Dose of Buckley fans.
Yeah.
The United States military actually proposed...
Oh, God, it's the
developing
gay bomb
a
again.
Gay bomb.
Gay bomb,
which would make
gay
enemy
bomb.
soldiers
What a fabulous
gay.
bomb it'll be.
Cool.
Oh, but I thought you were just born like that.
Huh?
This is a very interesting topic that people aren't supposed to talk about. But yes, it's
here's
been
the thing.
declassified.
Yeah, they never made it because it wouldn't actually work, is the thing. There's a reason that the gay bomb is just some weird theoretical thing you're reading an article about. The CIA also had this plot to kill Fidel Castro. This is not even a joke. They had a plot to kill Fidel Castro where they knew he was going to be scuba diving in this one area, so they were going to plant a very pretty looking shell that he would see, and he'd pick it up and he'd bring it on his boat, and then it would explode.
They also were going to poison his milkshake, remember that?
Right.
But it was frozen, so he didn't want to drink it, and he ordered a new one.
So these are the kind of stupid ideas floating around our government.
Gay milkshakes, everyone?
That the United States military proposed developing a chemical weapon that would turn enemy soldiers gay, and by including copulants, they planned on having them commit sexual acts right there on the battlefield, unable to control themselves.
Just like all gay people. cannot control their
yeah,
attraction.
as we know, gay people tend to be like animals. They see someone and they just start raping them. We all know that. That's what happens.
So this doesn't even sound like a gay bomb. This just sounds like a fucking crazy sex bomb where you're just gonna fuck the nearest thing, no matter what it is.
Yeah, you see a patch of dirt or a goat, whatever it is. Hey, you know what you did, gay sex animals?
Don't rape me.
Stop it!
Don't rape me.
No rape. No means no.
Look what the goat was wearing.
Goat was asking for it.
All right, here's some Catholic teenage young adult guy on YouTube that makes videos. He made a video about TJ in the past, and he made this video that I thought we could talk about. It's called "What Does It Mean to Be Catholic on YouTube?"
Nothing.
That's a good question. What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Today's topic is the significance of revealing your religion on YouTube. Renee Catherine, the administrator of NewCatholicGeneration.com, was a guest speaker at the Victory Conference put on by Shalom Media this past weekend. During her speech, she talked about how several years ago when she was 16, she went onto YouTube to try and find some other Catholics the same age as her.
How many teens have taken the most distinct feature of their human identity, their face, and labeled it as Catholic in front of the entire world? I went to YouTube to find
My face is Catholic.
None at all. Why was that? One reason is that it hurts.
Okay.
One reason is that it hurts.
So does your attempt at humor.
Yeah, your delivery was horrible. Sorry, dude.
It hurts.
Catholic contrast.
Wait a minute. This dude is a Catholic time terrorist.
Yep.
Shit.
Tell G-Time Johnny. We found one.
We found one.
While Renee was specifically looking for Catholic teenage YouTubers, it's worth noting that there's not a lot of adult YouTubers who are openly Catholic or Christian in general. Virtually all the famous Christian YouTubers barely, if ever, reference their religion in an actual video. Now, one could come up with several explanations for this. I think the first most obvious one is that most top YouTubers are making YouTube videos as their full-time job, so their job security is contingent on appealing to a wide audience. And since religious affiliation is one of the most divisive demographics a YouTube audience can have, it doesn't make a lot of sense from a business standpoint to limit your potential viewership.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. They could reference their religion. It's not even gonna, like, some people might get upset.
Yeah, like, they already, if you know they're Christian, then you only know they're Christian because they must at some point in their show said, we are Christian.
I like how it doesn't even occur to him that maybe they just want to keep their religion to themselves.
Oh, how shocking. I can't believe that, teacher. Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
Are you positive?
Yep.
Are you HIV positive?
I mean, I'm not positive.
Now that we're in the third grade again.
Yeah.
I'm not positive that...
I had to go there, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
HIV positive.
HIV positive.
I heard that from TJ, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's
when
right.
we were kids, I remember that.
HIV
There's
positive.
got to be more to it than that, because the vast majority of YouTubers are not doing this professionally, and they certainly aren't making enough AdSense revenue to justify the amount of time they put into their videos.
Sure.
I think the key is the divisive aspect. If religion gets mentioned in a popular YouTube video, the Christians, the atheists, the Muslims, etc. in the comment section are going to be pretty judgmental towards each other and the YouTuber themselves. And that seems to be based on the practice of assuming a lot of things about a person based on their religious labels. John Green, co-founder of the Vlogbrothers channel, Project for Awesome and VidCon, wrote, I don't talk about it very often, but I'm a religious person. There's a certain branch of Christianity that has so effectively hijacked the word Christian that I feel uncomfortable sometimes using it to describe myself.
Well, there you go. He says right there why he doesn't do it.
Yeah, he just explained it. And it's probably because he means he's like a liberal Christian. He doesn't want to be associated with, obviously the more, I would say, conservative Christian sects. Like, we kind of see like the Westboro Baptist Church gets a lot of press. People saying God, wants the gays killed. But that's just kind of like, I feel it's like, remember we watched that documentary, TJ, about like basically liberal Christians?
Yeah.
And it's like, I kind of feel like, okay, you guys are more liberal, but you're not really going with what the Bible says. And if you're going to identify that as a Christian, it's kind of like, why are you throwing all this other stuff out?
I think that there's very few things in this world more convoluted and humorous than watching liberal, progressive people try to make the Bible seem liberal and progressive.
Yeah, it's a hard tap dance.
Because it's like, it's so clearly not. It's like trying to make Mein Kampf seem like it's pro-Jewish. It's like, well, if you really think about it in the context of Hitler's time...
He didn't really hate the Jews that much. Just a little bit.
Definitions are not constant things. All definitions are what individual minds think they are.
He only hated the evil
Jews. About the
Jews.
economic ideologies
The good ones he was fine with.
In the book The Communist Manifesto, or are they going to be thinking about their attitudes towards the countries that took on the label communist in the 20th century and shaped world history in a very significant way? When the average person hears the word Christian, are they going to think of a hypothetical person who embodies all the theological principles dictated by Jesus 2,000 years ago? Or are they going to think of the various members of the local congregation in their town who have very pronounced political affiliations, voting habits, and social tendencies? Dictionary definitions of things can be written ad nauseum, but most of us get our mental definitions ostensively. I'm not
So
saying words
basically
are
don't
meaningless,
have
they're
bias.
just dependent on minds to exist.
We know that'll
so for
exist. We know that
example, an
exists.
unchanging mind like God with a omnipotent perspective
Jesus.
What the fuck?
That's
have
God.
constant definitions of things.
God is a giant eyeball.
His audio is
that
so
just
low.
hovers over us.
Yeah.
Individual minds on Earth with limited and perpetually changing perspectives are going to have different definitions of things. So
This is a horrible video.
Yep.
I mean,
What is he talking
the
about?
production value is terrible. He doesn't really stay on a message. It's kind of just like
You
all
garbage
over the place.
guy.
I feel
You garbage.
You're garbage.
I mean, like, I feel like he's trying to say something, and I really can't say it's like too bad, but it's just kind of a stupid point. Because I really don't think there's the backlash that he describes. I mean, like, look, anyone who has any opinion on YouTube is gonna get backlash for their opinion.
He's arguing about. He's basically talking about bias, and he's like, "Don't be biased." But it's like he's gonna be biased. Anyone's gonna be biased. I mean, everyone has biases. You know, I mean, it's just part of human nature. I don't understand. Like, whatever. Not, it's like don't associate Christians with those crazy Christians. You have to be more open-minded. It's like most people are not going to do that if they're already closed-minded about Christians and like all Christians are bad. Why is something going to be like, well, I can't think of these crazy Christians whom I hate. I have to think about these very nice liberal Christians. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense.
Which we don't even know what he is, but
He said he's Catholic.
He said he's Catholic.
Well, I know, but I don't know if that could mean
There
so many
are
other
liberal and conservative Catholics.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So, all right. So, we're going to move into news now. Here's a news story about a 12-year-old girl who was kicked out of school for missing class, okay? And the reason she was missing class is because she had to get cancer treatment.
Fair.
So
Tough, but fair.
So
this is another one of those stories where schools have policies and they just blindly follow them without looking at each situation as an individual situation.
That's
tolerance.
That's amazing. What an amazing reason for failing someone for an entire year.
Yeah, so here's the story.
Fair, because I didn't do anything wrong, but they still got rid of me.
Rose has.
It's so fucking terrible.
Shut up, cancer bitch.
What a wonderful policy.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Fuck you.
I'm glad it was so
I
helpful.
agree with the school, guys.
Fuck you, TJ.
I
You're a
agree
pile
with
of
the
shit.
school, man. She broke the policy. She knew the rules. She signed up for, and she just thinks she could break and flaunt that. I don't think so, man. She should have scheduled her cancer treatment on the weekend or after school.
Yeah, so you're saying you're a heartless pile of shit. All right.
No, man. Schedule that shit for the weekend or after school.
Fighting for
School
no.
time is for school.
Shut the fuck up, TJ.
Yeah, you're garbage.
School time's for school. No, you shut the fuck up, you liberal sissies.
Yeah.
I'll destroy you.
Just when it seems there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
TJ
regarding
sucks.
her health issues. We received notice from her school, the only school she's known since kindergarten, that she's been dismissed.
It was another devastating blow to Rose McGrath and her family. In 2012,
Completely ridiculous.
Rose was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. She finished treatment in December of 2014 and is now in remission. Her cancer battle and recovery have taken a toll on her school attendance and grades, though the McGraths say Rose was on track to pass her core classes.
She has done a remarkably excellent job considering her problems and how much school she's missed.
According to a letter from St. Joseph Middle School,
Yeah,
Rose
well,
attended
cancer ain't a free pass.
Yeah.
No free
32
pass
full
for
days of
chemo.
school. It goes on to say the school made, quote, significant adjustments to our standards in an attempt to help Rose.
The accommodations which were made were woefully inadequate for a child with such a serious diagnosis.
The McGraths say they've filed a complaint with the Office for Civil Rights and they're waiting to hear if any action will be taken. Father John Fleckenstein oversees the school system and says while he feels very badly, this has been an issue for a very long time. He says for privacy reasons, he cannot talk about the situation in its entirety, but says in the end, they had to do what was best for Rose.
So the evil priest is saying, like, there's more to it, but we can't tell you what.
So basically,
she was a bitch.
You know, what they're trying to hide behind privacy laws to say, oh, well, what we did was totally correct, and it's in her best interest. It's like, so basically holding her back in school because she got cancer is in her best interest.
We didn't approve of having a bald girl at the school. We were afraid other parents might think she was a lesbian.
It's like, if she passes all her courses, what does it matter? She has a very good reason for not being at the courses as much as the average student would be required. I mean, there has to be some sort of exception.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Like,
I should have known it was going to be some priest that was behind this, though.
It's kind of fucked up, though, because if this had been a job, you know, if she was a little older and it was her job, she could file for disability, and they couldn't fire her, like FMLA, type stuff. So the Federal Medical Leave Act, but I guess that doesn't apply to a school. So it's really strange. There should be something in place.
It's probably a private school, too.
Yeah, well, it definitely is. It's run by a priest.
Yeah, but FMLA, I don't know if FMLA applies to schools. That's the problem, but it should. So even if it's a private school, they wouldn't be able to do that. Just like if you worked for a company that was...
Oh, sure, yeah.
So
to get to a point where we need to provide education by suggesting that another institution would be more helpful, then we're fulfilling our responsibility.
But the McGraths say pulling their daughter from the one
you're
place
a scumfuck.
where
Hold on. You didn't suggest that another institution would be more helpful.
Her.
You just dismissed her from school like, no more, no, we don't want the cancer kid anymore. Just, you send her somewhere else.
Yeah, be honest. Don't be a fucking scumfuck, spineless piece of shit like you are.
We're afraid some of the other kids
tell it
might
like it
contract
is.
cancer, so gotta protect the other kids.
Normal, a place where she enjoyed seeing her friends and teachers, is appalling.
She's in her bed, sick with nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain. She's not having fun. She's sick. She'd be at school if she could.
A likely story.
Far too logical.
Can't believe they trying to, every cancer patient, disability, whatever, just thinks they get a free pass because, I got the cancer, so I can do what I want.
Oh, I got a little case of cancer. I got to miss school.
Well, let me ask you a question. If I go to McDonald's and I shoot the clerk in the face and then the police arrive and I say I got cancer, are they going to let me go? Huh? Didn't think of that, did you?
Next one is Wayne LaPierre talking about Hillary Clinton, saying Hillary Clinton will bring permanent darkness and despair.
Is this this sounds like a prophecy of Middle Earth or something?
By the way, this guy's the chairman of the NRA.
I know he is.
Yeah, we know, but I guess it's good for them.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Of all the brilliant, successful, capable, honest women of integrity in this country, and the Democratic Party too, is Hillary Rodham Clinton really who you want to be our first woman president?
No.
Is she
Hell
really,
no.
truly worthy?
No.
Of that high honor? Do we really want to put the country through another Clinton term of scandal and deceit and self-serving behavior?
I'm already having nightmares, flashbacks of the Clinton administration.
Bring a dawn of new promise and opportunity. Hillary Rodham Clinton will bring a permanent darkness of deceit and despair forced upon the American people.
Preach on, brother.
So,
amen.
This literally does sound like a prophecy.
I know.
The prophecy of Clinton.
In the year 2016, Hillary Clinton will bring darkness and despair.
Dude, you know what's going to happen?
upon the land.
I'll tell you guys what's going to happen if she's elected. She'll touch the Bible, and the Bible will turn to ash, and she'll reveal herself to be the Antichrist, 1,000 years of slavery and woe befall you.
And Wayne LaPierre will be like,
no!
See, I told you!
I told you! And he'll be thrown into chains in the FEMA death camp, and it's like, enjoy your suffering!
And then he'll be publicly executed, after a year or two of torture.
The giants of darkness are here.
Tonight on pay-per-view, the live execution of Wayne LaPierre.
A woman to
We'll
serve
shove
as
a gun in
president
every
and
orifice and pull them
commander-in-chief.
all the triggers at
Not
once.
because of her gender, but because of her character, her integrity, her moral fitness to hold the highest office of the land.
I heard she don't like guns.
That is how a candidate should be judged, and that is how a president should be elected. Americans must judge and elect a president who believes in truth, decency, dignity, courage, justice, and liberty for all.
Anyone who believes in that wouldn't even
president-
be in the fucking running for president.
Yeah, no lie.
How the fuck are we gonna find a candidate like that?
Who serves not for self, but for all of the people.
We should just elect Superman president then.
In his or her heart, who treasures
Truth, justice, and the American
values
way.
we hold so dear, who sees the dangers lurking and will defend our country at all costs. A president who will finally
Benghazi,
restore
just saying.
America to its rightful place as the freest, greatest nation on earth.
We're the freestest.
We're the freestest, most freest, free.
We got freedoms. We got liberty.
Buy one America, get one free.
You could supersize your America for just 49 cents.
This very convention that you're attending this weekend is a celebration of the values and beliefs and freedoms that our nation was founded on. That is what this election is all about. Now is the time for the majority of good people all across this country who believe like we do. Now is the time for the good guys to step forward.
Okay,
I
you
vow
go ahead
on
and step
this
back.
day.
You know, it's interesting. I don't know. I think you and me should run for president and vice president, TJ.
Well, you're the only one old enough to run for president.
Not quite. Well, I will be, though. I'll be old enough when the actual election happens.
I won't be.
See 2020.
I
in
won't be old
2020.
enough until 2020.
TJ
The
and
2020
Ben.
election, then I can run.
TJ and Ben promised to legalize weed across America.
Yes.
TJ and Ben
And
promised
make
free
heroin
hookers and ice
mandatory.
cream.
Mandatory heroin for school children. That's our key,
And
that's
TJ
the
and
key to our
Ben
platform.
promised monster truck rallies in each city.
Legal graffiti anywhere you want.
Even in other people's faces.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
The only law shall be you have to, like, basically do drugs, have sex, and just, like, party. That'd be the TJ and Ben administration.
Anyone who doesn't do that is
We're
lame.
actually not setting up an administration, really. We're just going to party in the White House. So
You're on your own, America.
You guys will be fine.
NRA members will stand shoulder to shoulder with you and with good, honest, decent Americans. We will stand and we will fight with everything we've got. And in 2016, by God, we will elect our next great president of the United States of America.
Ted Cruz.
It will not be Hillary Rodham Clinton. Thank you very much.
Ted Cruz. He's going to win. I have a feeling.
So everyone should just save that clip so that they can, play it when Hillary's
I know.
victory happens.
I totally want Bernie Sanders to win, though. I know he probably won't. I think it's weird that he's going for the Democratic nomination, though. He
has to.
Why didn't he? No, you don't have to.
Well, he has to if he actually wants to be on the ballot.
Ross Perot was on the ballot.
Ross Perot is a fucking multi-billionaire.
That's true.
Well, Bernie Sanders also has said he's a Democrat socialist.
Well, he's a Democratic
That's what I'm
socialist.
saying, Democratic socialist.
Well,
I mean,
that just means you believe in a democratic form of government, like a democracy.
well, what I think what it means to most people is that, like, he's not he's not saying I'm a full-on socialist. He doesn't want the government taking over
Right.
large companies. And
Yeah,
stuff like
but that doesn't mean he's a member of the Democratic Party.
No, he's not. He's an independent. But
He caucuses with them because you have to caucus with one or the other.
Sure.
And he agrees with Democrats more than
what do you think he'd be able to
Republicans.
get on the ballot in all 50 states if he didn't do that? Probably not.
Especially since some states have pretty high standards for.
Yeah,
what you have
I
to
mean,
do to actually
it would
get
be
on there.
really difficult, but I don't know.
I mean, maybe if he doesn't get the Democratic nomination, he will run as an independent or something.
Yeah, that's a definite possibility. But he will.
I don't know why I'm saying if he doesn't get it, because he won't.
He will.
No, he's not going to against Clinton.
He will end up stealing votes from whoever the Democratic nominee is, then, and then the Republican will probably win. If that scenario plays out,
there'll be someone to steal votes from the Republican candidates too.
This is a free-for-all election, so it's going to be pretty crazy as far as American politics, because no one's really going to know anything about the race until we go to Iowa and see who wins there. Then it's like, okay, these are the actual front-runners. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's why Howard Dean got fucked.
Woo!
Yeah! All right, so next one here. This is the members of Congress praying at the U.S. Capitol. So, we have separation of church and state here in America, and this is our government.
Don't attack their freedom of speech, Ben.
This is our government.
Well, they have freedom of speech.
Almighty God, we have come a long way since our birth as a republic, but we have wandered somehow.
Oh,
our founding fathers held freedom of religion.
Testify.
Oh, yeah.
We have translated conviction.
I love Jesus
into
so
freedom
much.
from religion. We have become technological giants and spiritual and moral dwarfs.
Oh God, do you feel that Jesus in you, TJ?
Progress.
Feel him, I feel him.
Oh, God, I love Jesus. Oh, yeah, Jesus, look to the left. Oh, Jesus.
Do you hear what he's saying, though?
Yes.
Okay.
He's saying that, we've fallen and all that bullshit.
Yeah. It's the same shit that these morons always say. We need to return to traditional American values. This country was founded as a Christian nation.
I like how even
everybody.
something like a prayer that's actually supposed to be like a solemn moment between you and God is just used as a political tool for
right.
These scum
That's
fucks.
what this is.
Okay, the Bible specifically says you're not supposed to pray like this.
It's like, dear God, please help us defeat the heathen Democrats.
They're real bad.
And please strike down Hillary Rodham Clinton with a heart attack.
Also, if you could do something about my neighbor and his lawn, that would be good too.
Yeah,
I don't like his lawn at all.
Lawn's real ugly.
Yeah,
he's getting way overgrown.
He needs to edge that a little bit. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you.
Ways of the world and ignorant in the ways of God. We live as though man is the center of the universe and God.
Is that dude face palming or is he praying?
Of pious
he has to act really absorbed in the moment.
God, this prayer is so powerful.
Oh, Jesus, thank you.
The way that he ham-fistedly slams us with his political agenda is just so beautiful.
Oh, TJ, he's just having his freedom of speech. He's just praying, man. Come on. Really, TJ?
We're abundantly rich in material resources and abysmally
Not for long.
poor in spiritual and moral capital. Dear God, help us get our act
Come on,
together
God. Please, God.
before it is too late. Help your people to realize that it's time once again for another great awakening in America.
The Force Awakens.
The Lord places us in these positions of leadership for a reason.
It's a beautiful moment.
And
So now this guy's gonna talk.
He's saying the Lord places us in these positions of leadership for a reason.
Yep.
So is the devil the one electing all the Democrats and shit then? Or
It had nothing to do with him going around kissing people's asses, spending money for ads.
Yeah, running a political campaign. That has nothing to do with it.
I'm pretty sure the people elected your stupid ass, not God.
No, it was God. God decided.
Oh, okay.
this is one of those opportunities where we can acknowledge why we're here and have that opportunity
to represent the people that elected you.
His reason for saying
Man, this sappy piano music sure makes this more powerful.
Dear Heavenly Father.
Okay.
As we reflect on the great man George Washington was, we also reflect and remember he was made great by his seeking you, seeking your counsel in everything he did.
God, such sappy bullshit. Oh, George Washington was like, Jesus, please help me win. And Jesus is like, okay, George Washington, I want the America to win.
That's why God loves America.
The type of values that those of us in leadership all across the fruited plain need to seek out every day. In that quiet
What a bunch of
place
vomit and
where we go.
diarrhea-inducing bullshit.
To find the wisdom, to find the strength, in tumultuous, upside down, seemingly even godless times.
Godless times.
Godless
Building
times.
across the
The
street.
damn heathens everywhere.
What's happening across the street?
Decisions that'll be made.
Oh, I think he's talking about.
It's like Congress or some bullshit.
No. He said it in the Supreme Court, so I think he's referring to the Supreme Court
Legalizing gay marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I fear how many of them are made without your counsel as.
My name is Bill Flores. I'm from the 17th District of Texas.
Oh, great.
And it truly seems like we're a troubled nation today.
Yeah.
You think about the arguments and the discussions.
I'm
that
troubled by the
just
fact
in
that you
last few days.
exist.
Think about the ridicule of the traditional family.
Ridicule of the traditional family.
A man and a woman joined together.
You know what's fucking ridiculous, you guys?
I want to point
traditional families. You ever seen one of those? It's like a man and a woman with some kids and shit. It's disgusting.
He said join together, but I don't think he means that. I think he means something.
Yeah, they touch hands like this.
That's not how they come together.
Better than a sacred bond of marriage.
Marriage. It's
Think about
sacred.
the ridicule of
Which is why so many people just get divorced all the time like it's nothing. But it's sacred.
Yeah, he's not.
people for their Christian beliefs and the persecution of Christians around the world.
What?
Think about those things. We are truly a troubled nation.
We are truly troubled.
These people live in a fucking alternate reality, dude.
They do.
Yeah.
They live in a fucking alternate reality
Bullshit
that has nothing
mountain.
to do with anything that's actually going on. And it's just hilarious.
All right, so I think we're going to take a quick break here. What we're going to do to say thank you to all of the people out there that got any one of our shirts that have been on sale, over the past year or so, we're going to go ahead and play a slideshow of all the different pictures that people have sent us wearing our shirts, and we'll play some music, and we'll be right back as soon as that's over.
Yay!
Yep, so we'll be
And
right
if you want to
back.
buy the shirt yourselves,
The link is in the description, so you get a band T-shirt, band TJ shirt. You can get Kenyonism, band Scotty, band Ben, or probably the most popular one,
the original
Drunken Peasants shirt.
bullshit. Band TJ is the best.
Yeah, Band TJ. It's kind of it's garbage.
Yeah.
The quality on that one is probably a little bit lower than the other shirts.
Bullshit. Greatest shirt ever.
Stared into her eyes, and we realized that she's baptized.
hobo on the ground. Says he got a probe, no, I got my chode. But no, that's sick. If I want a dick, I can get a dick. And I like the metal cig with the little drip drip without the knob on the top and all the stickiness. And I know the satisfaction of a man, don't get me wrong. Wires the eyes and baby doesn't turn me on. Like when a man tries to beat me, take off my hobo clothes and then he tries to feed me. Crack in the mouth, put it in the mouth, suck to us out, make scream out. Then I'll be the hobo unifriends. Talk about standing in the street, getting bent over a vent. Looking forward to the probing experience. Get the lube, dude, use it for the back in action. Stick it in and watch the hobo's ass contraction. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 probing, 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 probing. Hobo, anal, probing. Chillin' at home, watching the tube, sorting a boner for the killing of the hobos in the vicinity of the phone. Feeling good, looking out the window. Looking down the alley for a dirty old hobo. Yeah, I like the anal probe and shoving like the dirty does. Says the ladies in the dress, baby's mama's dad. It's cause make me feel like a hobo. Tie me down for anal probe and tossing over with blood running out my ass. I think it's funny. Take a look, you fucking bust you in the nuts like you're my lover. Fucking dirty hobo dick and saucy like the sucker drip. Think twice about your trip, the hobo probe with confidence. Building up the mean or something lonely, boy, just your fucking hobo, 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 anal, 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 anal. Robin, 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 hobo, anal, probin. Fuck that, I ain't no tool, bitch. I'm a hobo with two motherfucking fists. And feel that rim shot, big cock in your mouth, fuck, thinking master the anal probe. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 grease it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 anal. Robin, 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 Robin. Hobo, anal, probin. Tell me how to eat it right, how to take the flavor. All night with my peaches and cream on my body, I dream of you, girl. Tell me how to treat it right, I lick your pussy all night, and I am policing dreams with my face in your cream, with details to come. And I believe with your pussy, and I will eat your pussy clean. Tell me that you'll be my girl, tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I want you to be. Tell me that you'll suck my dick, tell me that you'll lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never stop. Tell me how to stick it right, how to poke you in the pokey and feel tight with my dick clean from your mouth my girl. Tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I wanted to be. Tell me that you'll suck my dick. Tell me that you'll lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never stop. You know I'll wait for you to break your dawn. You know I'll wait by your window till the moon is undone. You know I'll wait by your back door down and scream and kick 'em outside and see me while kids are making playing in the sun. Well, I got my rights, I pay my bills, I got my know-how. When I never like to get my hands dirty, I got it all figured out. When I never play out the game with a chick, got to a change that bring me neither rich fucking no fame. Because I just want me a motherfucker, yeah. Singing I just want me a motherfucker, yeah. Going to parties all night. The gates of our room fight. Saying I just want me a motherfucker, yeah. Singing I just want me a motherfucker, yeah. Motherfucker am I? Motherfucker in my eyes. I don't care. Wanna be a mother? I just want me a motherfucker. I just want me a motherfucker. I just want me a motherfucker. I just want me a motherfucker, 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 motherfucker. I just want me a motherfucker, motherfucker, motherfucker. Came up with luck, and then she felt my nuts. She said she was as hard as me, and then I was confused with that comment. I reached and grabbed her tits. She said, do me, baby, oh baby, do me, baby, ooh. Then she said, let me tie you to the bed. When I agreed happily, I was getting a piece. And when she was done, she pulled out her penis. When I started to scream, but she seen on me. She shit on my chest and rubbed my dick with it. She said, bitch, you better watch your size. Suck your cock clean. And with utter disgust, I was hard as fuck as she gobbled my novel with the shit still clinging to her chin as she started to begin. Eat my shit off my dick! And she started to moan like she was getting boned. She was a man, just a shitty man. I thought she could help me, set some of my demons free, until she made my ass bleed all night long. So I pissed on her face just to mark my place, and she giggled and laughed like she was all horny. that cocaine like a whore. She smoked a little bit and lit it, smoked up all her shit. Now she can't even stand on her feet again. Dada beat her, mama fucked her for all she was worth. Now she can't even give birth to the child she wanted with the boy she adored. Because she's called the whore, she's called the whore. Now just see what she started. Joey always said she was a little thick in the hips, and she'd get wasted and try to have some kiss, and she fuck and she fuck. She fuck and 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 she fuck. When she sat there crying, with her mother stood laughing, her dad held the coat hanger as he twisted inside her. The penis fell to the floor when he said, "Let's fuck some more." She fuck and she fuck and she fuck and she fuck. When she fuck and she fuck and she fuck and she fuck. She fuck and she fuck and she fuck and she fuck. She fuck and she fuck and she fuck and she fuck. And she said, "Don't speak to me." And she took off her shorts to clean up the blood on the floor. She soaked it up and drank it all like she's a vampire kid, never to be let in the light again. I know what I want and I want the feeling, but something inside me says I got nothing to lose, nothing to fear. You didn't dare say it, come here. So I look up to the sky, my eyes are burned, and they don't be white. The love is good, bring me inside, just inside will change my mind. My friends are made of nothing too. Don't get the fuck up and move. Looking around, I got no one to blame. Feeling so confused, no one to shame. You're laying there with that look on your face, with my kick in your hand, and you forget it's strange that the TV comes on. Like, come on, my emotion is gone when I see your mom. My friends are made of plastic too. Don't get the fuck up and move. When I feel I got one inside, why feel I must be dreaming? She just sits there screaming, pedal to the meter and I'm gonna do right. The walls are closing in and I'm rocking on the right. Please opportunity with my stupidity, gotta find a backseat. She's spinning to me. My friends are made of plastic too. Don't get the fuck up and move.
All right, we are back now. We'll get everything going here.
We're back, and we're addicted
This is
to
the
crack.
Drunken Peasants podcast with Ben and ZJ.
Zen and BJ. Now the fucking little thing is back, and now I'm back, and now Scotty's back.
Now Jesus is back.
And Ben is still gone, because he's dead.
All right, so you saw the fucking shirts. Sorry if you sent us a picture on something like Twitter or something. We're only accepting
Fail! Ain't no one got time for that.
We're only accepting them through Facebook. Those are all the ones I got through Facebook.
You fail.
Up until a certain date. I don't know. There might be some sitting in there now, but
yeah.
Thanks to everyone who got a shirt. Thanks to people who got multiple shirts.
And a special thanks to people who didn't get a shirt.
What?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but I felt bad for them.
I would like to thank myself for being
They're
myself.
not even getting
and I did a
thanked.
real good job being myself. So thank you, Self.
Yeah, when we sat and watched the entire slideshow, and every time there was like a fat neckbeard wearing a shirt, Scotty was like, "That's a TJ fan."
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely a TJ fan. Look how nerdy he is.
Yeah, so total nerd.
Even if they're wearing just the Drunken Peasants shirt, you know, he'll be like, "That's obviously a TJ fan." Look at that fat tub of shit. Obviously watching for TJ. Then
Prove me wrong, TJ.
anytime there was
Prove me wrong,
anytime there's a
buddy.
cute girl, it's like, "Oh, obviously watching for me or Ben." Always dissing on the TJ, man.
One day, TJ's just gonna come in with a fucking M16 and just blow us away.
Yeah.
It's like, guys shouldn't have made fun of me. Now you're dead.
Tired of your shit.
We'll do a few more stories here. This next, will you quit kicking shit down there? You're gonna unplug
I ain't kicking
something.
nothing. Be quiet.
Your big ass fucking feet kicking everything around down
Well,
there.
it's your damn fault for setting this shit up.
Just want to
so
play
damn
footsies with
tight.
Ben, don't you, TJ? Come here, Ben.
Anyway,
In a bigger room.
Okay.
More space.
Make this room larger magically,
Yeah.
Ben. Do it now.
Do it now.
Abracadabra!
We should do the show in the middle of an open field.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because all the electrical outlets we need
Yeah.
will be there, and we don't have to worry about rain or anything.
We'll just use the power of leprechauns.
The power of belief.
Next story here: teen bitten in face by poisonous water moccasin.
Neat.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's funny because he basically asked for it too.
Right now, doctors in a fight to save this
Yeah, I would
Hillsborough
say
County
so.
teen bitten by a poisonous snake. The attack leaving him in critical condition while at the same time, get this, facing possible jail time. ABC Action News reporter Maricela Burgos live
Good
tonight.
times.
So it's like if he lives, he may go to jail.
What a reward.
What a good situation to be in. You're dying, but if you don't die, get to go to jail.
He was like, "Hey, bro, dude, let me hold this snake. It'll be cool. Take a picture."
Oh,
Inside of
shit.
Tampa General Hospital for us. Maricela?
Tonight, 18-year-old Austin Hatfield is resting inside one of those hospital rooms at Tampa General Hospital. He and I have been messaging briefly back and forth via Facebook, and the people that need to
Show
speak to
me
him
your
are
tits.
investigators, and they haven't done so yet because of the extent of his injuries, and they hope they can do that soon.
Hope they're as swollen as my face.
Pictures on social media leave no doubt 18-year-old Austin Hatfield has a passion for snakes. On Saturday, investigators say a 4-foot water moccasin that Hatfield caught bit him in the face inside a home in Waimama. The teen was rushed to Tampa General Hospital so
What's the name
sick,
of that town?
investigators from
Why Mama?
Why my mama? Mama?
Why my mama?
I thought it was Why Mama.
Whatever.
Who knows?
It's like, why am I born in this town? Why, Mama? Why?
Florida Fish and Wildlife have yet to interview him.
Low percentage, very rare.
Alfred Allegras is the managing director of the Florida Poison Information Center. He didn't talk about this specific case, but told me water moccasins aren't common in this area, mostly freshwater lakes and swamps.
They're not the most poisonous snakes that we have here.
Allegras says bites from rattlesnakes are much more common.
Don't play with them, don't handle them, don't do anything. Stay away from them, leave them alone, they'll leave you alone.
Okay.
In this case, authorities
Sorry,
say-
but anyone who needs the warning, don't play with snakes,
Well, I want to go to Africa and play with the black mamba.
just
Why
let 'em-
can't I?
Just let them learn on their own. I don't even think it needs to be a rule. Anyone who's too stupid to figure it out, just leave them to their folly.
Dude, rattlesnakes are family friendly, so...
Austin didn't have the proper permit
I
for
bought
his
one
venomous
for my
snake.
little baby.
Authorities say Austin could face charges and ultimately a fine and time behind bars.
Yeah. because he
Fish and
certainly
Wildlife
he
are
hasn't
still
suffered enough
Yeah,
repercussions.
I think he suffered enough for being a dumbass.
Yeah, I think that the punishment of being bitten on the face by a snake and, you know, your life being threatened and, you know, maybe he will die, maybe he has died, I don't know. But, yeah, I think that's enough. I don't think he needs to be fined and go to jail, too.
Allegros did mention, depending on the snake bite and how extensive it is, and if you spend time in an intensive care unit, medical bills can pile up. That figure could be up to $50,000. Reporting live, Maricela Burgos, ABC Action News.
$50,000.
All right.
I think that's a big enough fine as well.
Yeah, no lie.
Yeah, so it's about time to wrap up the show, everybody, and we're going to move on to the post show. Thanks to everyone for hanging out with us tonight and watching the show. Go to the links down below to support the show. There's so many different options.
Yeah.
And
I personally just want to thank God. Because God is so amazing and God's wonderful, and all things are possible through God.
if you'd like to continue the conversation, feel free to follow the link below to go to the Drunken Peasants IRC chat. And if you want to read anything about anything Drunken Peasants related, follow the link below to the official Drunken Peasants wiki.
Dear God, please send these fine people watching our podcast
Drunken
to
Peasants,
follow our
bless God.
social media and buy our products so that we can continue doing the Drunken Peasants podcast. Thank you, God.
And lots and lots and lots of
Amen.
cocaine.
Amen.
So much cocaine.
Someone asked me what amount of money we would need on Patreon to do 5 shows a week.
Oh my fucking God.
$1 million.
1 million.
5 fucking shows a week.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a lot.
So basically every day.
It would have to be a lot.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think we'd ever do 5 shows a week, probably, just because, like, I don't think any of us feel the urge that we need to do it every day.
Yeah, I think it's best that there's, like, rest periods in between shows.
Yeah, and I mean, even in those rest periods, I'm doing prep work for the next show.
And I'm usually working on Amazing Atheist shit. So, yeah, it'd be pretty tough. Especially, I mean, I'd have to give up doing the Amazing Atheist if we did the Drunken Peasants 5 days a week.
Yeah, and no one wants that. So
Or I don't know if I'd have to give it up, but it would have to be maybe 1 or 2 videos a week at most. And usually I try to do at least
So
3 or
basically
4.
actually do what butthurt Amazing Atheist fans have been complaining about this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, they always made it seem like you were making less videos because you were doing our show.
I mean, there's definitely periods where I've made less videos, but it's rarely had anything to do with the Drunken Peasants.
Right.
Usually it's been other shit that I'm having to deal with.
Right, exactly.
Because, I mean, the Drunken Peasants, for me, it's a pretty regular schedule. Like, occasionally it takes up time outside the show itself, but usually it's just like, I go to the show, I do the show, I leave, Ben handles most of the logistical shit. You know, and then occasionally we get together and everyone, you know, figures out what the next, you know, the strategy going forward is, and that's about that. But anyway, we'll just maybe discuss that more in the post show. Thank you guys very much for watching.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
And good luck.
You suck,